Hi, I'm Nate Dorr, Vice President for Advocacy at Northwest Minnesota Foundation. I'm here with Kristen Schurer with Lutheran Social Services. She's the Senior Director for the state. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep. Thanks for being part of our Emergency Fund storytelling series. And could you tell us a little bit about Lutheran Social Services? And I know we funded a project for Kittson County in particular, but tell us a little bit about what Lutheran Social Services does.
Yeah. So Lutheran Social Services has a lot of areas that they're involved in, everything from adoption, behavioral health, youth and family services. But specifically, the line of service that I work with is our LSS meals, our nutrition program. And we've been providing meals within the state of Minnesota for the last 44 years. So we are currently the largest meal provider in the state. And prior to this, we served roughly 1 million meals a year out to individuals that are at food insecure within our communities. Over many of them over 60, many of them veterans, really addressing the areas that we provide meals in are some of the most rural parts of the state. So a lot of times people that are out still living on a farm, and they're maybe 20, 30 minutes from a grocery store, maybe even that same distance from a gas station. So we have our traditional Meals on Wheels home delivery service. We also have bistros, which are our dining centers where people can come in and get a meal. We also, in January of 2019, launched a shipped meal program where we are the only provider in the state that are shipping meals to individuals directly to their doorstep if they want that.
Awesome. Can you
Awesome.
tell me a little bit about how this COVID-19 pandemic has impacted your organization and the clients you work with?
Yeah. Um, you know, being that we've always kind of dealt with the issue of social isolation with many of our clients that are homebound. We've seen an increase in that. We've worked hard, very hard for many years to get people to come out to our dining sites, to interact, to be social, to get out of their homes, and this has kind of turned that on its head. We still offer curbside. We still encourage people to come by and pick up their meals and just kind of see us so we can see them. We've done a lot of connecting via technology and phone calls and checking in. In the beginning of this, we were asked really by the state to get out 14 emergency meals to all of our diners, and we did that. In the beginning, we were hearing a lot of people saying, "No, I'm fine. I can ride this out. I can get through this. My son or my daughter or somebody's going to be taking care of my food." And now, a couple weeks into this, that tone is really changing, and people are seeing that with another possible 3 weeks, maybe even longer on the horizon, that they don't know where the food is coming from. They don't want. They're more afraid to go to the grocery stores. Where in the beginning they maybe could venture out once a week and go to the grocery store. We are seeing an increase in people wanting meals, and we are checking back with them on a weekly basis even if they didn't originally want them. We're seeing a lot of new diners. I mean, in some communities where it's population 900, we've seen 20 new people getting meals in the last week. So, this week I think has really been pivotal in new people wanting meals. So we are seeing a huge increase. We're trying to track it on a week by week basis. The first couple of weeks of March, we saw a 44% increase in some of our communities in meals going out. I think the lowest increase we saw was 18% increase. So anywhere between 18 and 24% or 44% increase in meals for us has been huge.
Yeah, that's a lot. We were able to provide a grant to Lutheran LSS for meals, and in particular with Kittson County. Can you talk about how that'll help serve the community?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things we're seeing is that in all of this, our cost of delivering services and these meals goes up. We're doing a lot more driving and transporting and farther out in communities. We have to make sure everything is in, trays, and as well as sanitizing of the kitchens. All of our staff are wearing masks and gloves, and our drivers are doing that as well. So all of those increase in security purposes, which are very important, making sure that our staff aren't getting sick, our clients aren't getting sick. And then really the lower client contribution for meals. As part of our meals, clients are asked to make a client contribution for the meals, and really hearing from many of our diners that maybe I won't take meals because I can't afford them, and us saying, no, we absolutely want you to have meals. There is no requirement for the client contribution. We want you to have these meals. We want you fed. We want you nourished. We don't want you making decisions based on, is it my medicine or my food? Is it, paying my bills or my food? And we are hearing a lot of that from individuals as we're calling and connecting, and which leads to many other issues that we're trying to help connect them with. Meals is a lot of times a door opener to other conversations that we can help refer them to as well. So a lot of fear and insecurity, a lot of unknowns, and with that, we don't want anyone at all to choose not to get food during this
Right.
time. So your um, donation or your contribution is making sure that we can keep getting that food out to them.
Thanks, Kristen. In times like this, it's amazing to see the community come together and help out their neighbors. Can you talk a little bit about how people could donate or help out, donate to Lutheran Social Services?
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely seen the people step up. We were honestly 3 months ago having a completely different conversation in regards to volunteerism. People to get people to drive and deliver meals. A lot of time over a lunch hour was becoming more and more difficult for us in this time, and we've really seen a lot of community members step up and say, I'm homeschooling my kids, I'm working from home, I'm going to take a lunch break and I'm going to deliver meals. We had in one community, we had a whole football team come in and they're delivering meals on a regular basis because, for one, it gives them time to see each other
Yeah,
and do something good in the community. So a lot, we have seen volunteering increase. And I hope one of the good things coming out of this is that people see the impact that they've made through volunteering and continue to do that when life gets back to normal. And then we've seen a lot of people that have stepped up, and masks are still something that's needed. And so a lot of people stepping up and using their skills at home to make masks and donate masks, and that's amazingly wonderful. Financial donations are always helpful and allow us to go right to the best use of dollars when somebody donates to buy food and get that made into very cost effective meals for individuals. A lot of people have stepped up and helped us just in calling. We've had many communities where kids have made handmade cards, hand drawn cards, or they'll decorate lunch bags that we can put some shelf stable meals in. And clients are calling and saying how much that little gesture means so much to them, and they feel that just brightened their day. So it's been amazing the stories that we've heard of people that have really stepped up and helped out, and truly the instant reaction of how much that means to the people that we're serving.
that's great. Is there anything else we should know as we wrap up here today?
Not that I can think of. Thank you so much for your support during this time. Thank you for how quickly funders have stepped in to respond to the situation. It has truly been a collaborative partnership between service providers and funders and, government officials. And I have to say that I think Minnesota's done a really, really good job of responding to this throughout the state. And I'm
Mhm.
proud to be a part of all of this.
I agree. Um, Thanks again, Kristen Schur with Lutheran Social Services of Minnesota. You can donate directly to them and support all the good work they're doing. Also on Northwest Minnesota Foundation's website, we have a COVID response page and a place to donate there too if you like. That'll do it. Thanks, Kristen.
Thank you.